Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb. Welcome to this Let's Play of Caesar 3. I've been wanting to continue to build with the city builders, so we're moving on. This time to the rich catalog developed by Impression Studios. And we're going to start with Caesar 3, which is of 1998 vintage, I believe. Caesars 1 and 2, if you're interested, I believe they are abandonware by now. And I think they're available over at the Internet Archives, and I'm skipping them for now because, for one, I never played them back in the day, so I don't really know them, and I don't think I could stand the line "plebs are needed" on endless repeat, which is basically what Caesar 2 is, as far as I know. I'm not sure I'm gonna play the entire campaign of this at this point. I might move on to the later games in the Impressions catalog, like Pharaoh, Zeus, Emperor, even Caesar 4. And if you have opinions on that, don't hesitate to let me know. Other than that, let's get started and start a new career and see where we end up. Ugh, so much for the backspace. We are not Ken, my goodness. I'm not a Barbie doll. There we go. Keb. Continue.
Let your governorial training begin. First, you must learn the basics of constructing Roman settlements. Build areas of housing, and you'll soon see people move into your city. You can click and drag the mouse to build lengths of path at once. Plan paths carefully, with as few intersections as possible, to ensure people will walk where you want them to. At every intersection, walkers must choose which way to go. Each intersection lessens your control over their actual routes.
And if it isn't evident by now, the first two missions, I believe, are pretty much tutorials. And of course, here they immediately describe one of the biggest flaws of this game, and that is the walker system. They will walk in random directions at intersections, and that is an absolute nightmare, because you need to control those walkers. So you can't really build a proper city grid. You have to be very cautious about creating these long loops, more or less, for your town. They fixed it in the next iteration of the city builders, which I believe was Pharaoh. There they had this little roadblock thing. In Caesar 3, the only roadblock function you have is, I believe, the gatehouse, which is a military building which nobody wants to live nearby, and it isn't always available, so it isn't really a good choice. Okay, so we're just gonna start by plopping down houses. This is gonna be a very quick tutorial thing, so there's not really any necessary planning for this one. Just need to plop down tons of houses. And immigrants should show up. There they are. And we need some water, so let's make a well. And now we just wait, because, yeah, if I recall correctly, the first mission is all about population. And of course, as things go wrong, which they will do, you'll get access to new things. For now though, we're just gonna try to get people in, get them water so they don't thirst, at the very least. No food, they don't need food. Not in this map, at least. So many immigrants. Can always clear out more terrain. I don't really need to make extra roads either. No point. So we're definitely gonna avoid the intersections by not having any. Oh, look at that, they upgraded the housing. They're so content. I might need another well over here. And what was the mission again? We wanted to have
Let your governorial training
150.
Begin.
Okay, fine. 150 people. So I could just speed through this by just adding tons of housing. I think they would still move in. I mean, they still are. There are a couple of buildings that will become available, but there we go, first fire. So basically we're told that in order to prevent fires, we're gonna need deflectors. There we go. So he toss up a prefecture. He'll try to put out fires. Yes, I know we have fires in the city. I thought I reduced the audio, by the way. I did. Okay, so then it looks like the sound clips or video clips are at a much higher volume and everything else. Oh well. Oh yeah, and I should probably also mention the version I'm playing of the game here, that's the one that's available over on Steam, so if you want to play it, that's where you can find it. And it works just fine on a modern system, apparently. At least so far. We'll see. Okay, so now we're waiting for the next disaster. And more people, obviously. Yeah, that's fine. We've already done that. We have our first all our messages. Let's get them away. Little prefect.
No sign of crime around here.
No crime, huh? Give the rebel time. I mean, they aren't being fed, so they are gonna be upset at some point. I'd imagine. No, not a problem? No. Okay. But we're not getting immigrants right now. And I can't do anything to fix that. So we'll just have to wait for the next thing to happen. There we go. First collapse. Because buildings go crash when they crash together. If they aren't inspected by an engineer regularly. And we also get access to the Senate. Which is fine. We're going to build that, I think. Yeah, I know. Collapsed building, an engineering post. And of course it was the prefecture that decided to collapse. There we go. Rebuild that. Rebuild the homes. And then we're going to build that Senate building. Again, this is a tutorial mission, which is pretty quick, so not going to care too much about layout. Ooh, 67% unemployment. Yeah, that kind of hurts immigration. And suddenly, no unemployment, because both these got workers, as did the Senate itself. Did we get another message? Employees needed. Yeah, sure. That's not going to last. Given that the size of the town is so small, we're going to get a lot of fluctuation there. Okay, praising the gods. Yeah, and the gods are vengeful in this game. There are 5 of them, and you darn well better worship them all, or they are gonna be very angry. So we're gonna toss out a lot of temples. One for each of them. Let's see, Mars, and that leaves Mercury. There you go. Now we need plenty of workers, so we're probably gonna hit the population marker, which is the mission success marker, very soon here. Then we're gonna move on to the next one. I don't recall if there are more tutorial stuff in this first one, but there we go. We can accept our promotion. In the later campaign we have choices, whether we can continue ruling if we want to.
Congratulations! You have grasped the basics to my satisfaction. In the interest of advancing your education, I have one more gentle assignment for you. Onward to Brundusium.
Brundusium, okay.
Your priorities should be security, housing, food, and water in that order. Without housing and food, new immigrants will not move into your city. Rome now wishes your city to grow food. Build a farm on fertile land. Look for the yellow tufts that indicate this. Connect it to housing with a path. If the housing is too far away, the farm will not get access to labor. Build a granary near to the farm and make sure that it too has access to labor. When the wheat is ripe, a cart will carry it to the granary. Gradually, the granary will fill up. The fewer empty windows you can see, the fuller the granary is.
And that's all he's gonna voice out, but there's also a bit more about how the markets work and all that stuff. And here comes the walker thing. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do, we need 650 population in total to win this next map, and we're probably gonna get more objectives, but the first one is just to have a granary and have it stocked with wheat. So, okay, we have fertile land over there. So we are just gonna make a road somewhere like here-ish. Clear that area. Build a long ass road. Like so. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Probably up there. So we're gonna need some homes on this side. And probably more along the road here. Yeah, that's actually going to be a bit of a problem, no matter what I do here. Because we really want the walker to be... let me pause for a second. Let's see here. We're going to need people on this side. But... let's see how I'm going to do this. Okay, let's clear all this. Well, where you go? Don't need you. Yeah, I'm gonna make a road here. A long road. And something like that. 2 houses. You probably don't need more. Let's see, 1, 2. Just smashing down homes. Again, I'm really gonna miss the roadblock from Pharaoh, but I'll have to try to plan around it. Generate, there we go. We're gonna have an engineer post there and up here, and a prefecture. Much the same. We are gonna need temples. Might as well. Yeah. Employees needed, but they're gonna move in. Before the gods become vengeful, I'm just gonna toss up the temples. Let's see, that's Mars. There we go, and we just need Mercury next. Like so. There's Mercury. We could toss up a well. I don't think I'm gonna do that just yet. First, where was the food? There we go, farms. So we're gonna make some wheat farms. Connect the road. And then I'm gonna need a granary. Yeah, that seems fine. I might as well plop down the Senate. Gonna need it at some point, so why not right now? Actually, that was a bad idea when I think about it, but I'll work around it. If I can, yeah, I can work around that. It's gonna be fine. And we're gonna have a market. And the market's gonna be way up here. And this is why... Let's see. I can plant this. There. This is why I made this huge loop. Now the market walker will only have 2 choices where to go. Down this way or down that way. And whichever way they choose, they'll probably go around the entire circle, because they're eventually gonna backpedal up to the market. And while they're... yeah. As long as they walk from this point, they'll be adjacent to all the structures on either side there. So basically I'm trying to pool all the buildings that need to touch all the houses at the top of this big loop, and then we can have the cross section down there. Okay, at any rate, farm's up and running. Yeah, well, now it's time to get extra water. That's why I've not didn't build wells this time. I was waiting for this. So basically they're telling me to build aqueducts and reservoirs and all that fun stuff, and that's what we're gonna do. And that's why I was a bit grumpy with myself for building at the back here. I could have waited. Reservoir there, and then I need a reservoir out by the river. So we're gonna delete some of the lands there. And that'll fill up with water because it's adjacent to a freshwater source. And now I just need to make an aqueduct. It goes from there and up to the other area. There we go. And I probably want to have some room available here. So at least, there we go. Now that's filled up. Now we can plant a fountain, because it will have freshwater access. Fountain up there. They have to be fairly close to the homes. So, like so. Yay! Mars senses the spirit. Mars is happy. Good for us. Yeah, let's see, there's an overlay for... Oops,
Priorities should be secured.
Not there. Where's the overlay again? There's the overlay. Water. So, as you can see, all these squares here, they are within range of a reservoir, so they can be... These spots can get a fountain, so that they have freshwater access that way. And fountains are actually preferable over wells. They like fountains. Okay, now we have that. We still need lots of people. Growing your city. Okay, we can have bathhouses, which also needs the water access. We can have gardens to make the city prettier. We can make theaters. And it's also reminding us to build more food. Get more food. So we're gonna start with the food at the very least. Now you can keep these little hamlets of yeah, these little slum hamlets. That's fine. And I don't think this one can upgrade because... Well, actually you do require water. Fine. Not a well. You should have access to a fountain. Problem is that fountains do require labor as well. Now you have access to water, but you need food. And you're not going to get food. Not there. It is beneficial to have these little slum dwellings. They're basically level 1 dwellings that don't even have access to water. And you just plant a few of them near sources that actually require your labor. And then you just have the bulk of the population within the areas that actually get services. That's usually how we have to do this, because it is almost impossible without the roadblocks to make proper side alleys and that kind of stuff in order to give your areas proper coverage. Generate actor colony. Can't build one out there, but I can build one here if I wanted to. Not gonna do that either. We're gonna build an actor colony there. And then a theater up here. Still need tons more workers. We're gonna make a bathhouse there. That's actually a bad placement, now that I think about it, because he won't. The walker from the bathhouse won't be as easily controlled. The way it goes. Yeah, that's the whole point, wasn't it, to build stuff up here. Okay, the bathhouse there. And we can make a school right there. Still need tons of people. Yeah, and they're complaining down here because the area isn't pretty enough. So let's prettify it a little bit with some gardens. Same area around there. And again, the city isn't exactly the the greatest. I'm just quickly putting something together here to win the mission. And as we improve the towns here with more and more services, everything improves. Let's see. Now we get the basics for taxes next. And basically, lets us know that better houses gives more money. And that's certainly true. And of course, we also get introduced to industry. So let's see. Taxes first. Forum. Well, now we're kind of full up there. Yeah, I'm gonna build a forum there. I'm sure it'll be fine. Those guys complain because they don't have access to water, right? So we're gonna build a fountain right behind there. The fountain doesn't need road access, I think. So that's gonna be fine. Is that your complaint too? Yeah, okay, fine. So fountain at the back here as well. Just to fill up the town. 500 citizens. As long as the town keeps growing, this ain't gonna be a problem. We also got introduced to trade. So we could start trading if we open a trade route. It'll buy wheat and clay and weapons, and it'll sell us iron. And I think that's the only one we can connect to. So let's do that. 400 to open a trade route. That's a land trade route. So let's see here, how do we do this? Raw materials, clay pits. Clay pits have to be near water, so we have to go down here for those. And if we're gonna build down there, we're gonna need quite a few other things. Now I'm gonna just make a poor little plot there. We are gonna need engineers, we are gonna need a prefecture so the buildings down here don't burn to the ground. Start with that. We are gonna have a warehouse here-ish. Yeah, fine, it's accepting all things, that's fine. Workshops. Make some potters. Now we need people to move into these little hamlets, otherwise this will never work. But apparently immigration has stopped. That's a problem. So now we can't get all these working because each building will send out one of those walkers, and as soon as it touches a dwelling, it'll get access to the labor pool. But if they're just walking back and forth there, they won't find anyone. And I can't steer them. Let's see, these guys are probably complaining. Okay, they're complaining they don't have access to a school. So the school walker has not been able to touch down here. And he isn't walking all the way down here either. Okay, no, that's just our ability. I'll find that. Gardens. Stop lying to me then, if you just want a prettier area. Okay, that upgraded this dwelling. But not that one. Okay, so the school dwelling couldn't move all the way down here. That gives you an idea of the range of walkers. There to here. That's about it. Then they return home. So you really need to spread out these buildings, and you really need to have these loops with all of the people up there. The temples can be scattered around a bit, because you usually only need access to one or two of the gods. Because you're not going to create the massive upper class areas everywhere. So, yeah. I mean, a basic 4 square, that's usually the height of housing for the bulk of your labor force. The upper classes will have much larger palaces, if I recall correctly. But that will happen in due time. Yeah, we're still trying to just get our populace growing. And they won't unless we can access pottery. Bit of a catch-22 here then. Because we're not going to get immigrants on these plots unless these industries get workers and produce goods. Ugh. But I think we've built just about everything we can have access to. All the good stuff.
I work as hard as I can, but there's still nothing like enough entertainment in this town.
This city is so dull. Even a priest likes a good gladiator fight from time to time.
Well, I suppose we could fix that with some other method. Like this, we can hold a festival. So let's hold a small festival to, I don't know, Mercury. Yeah, there we go. Large festival to Mercury. What else are we doing wrong? Nothing really. These are stats. We don't really need any of them. The only thing we need to do is to get 650 population. And we're getting there. But we are going to need the pottery. Oh, you were waiting for... Okay. They were still waiting for shipments of clay. It'll be produced eventually.
These houses pay so little tax, it hardly seems worth my time.
I'll say.
This city is so...
I work hard, I like to play hard, but I can't here. There's nothing to do for fun.
This city is so boring. I want to see more shows.
All we have is a theater. They do want more entertainment, like the gladiator pits and all that fun stuff, but we don't have access to that in this mission, I believe. It's okay though. We're certainly making enough food. And we could even try to start exporting, I believe.
I don't know why I bother with these rules. They don't buy anything or have anything they want to sell me.
Yeah, we could start selling goods, but not just yet. As soon as we get the pottery produced, and this map should be won, because as soon as we have access to pottery and the prosperity of the town goes up, we're going to get more immigrants and everything's going to be hunky-dory. That's at least my estimate of how this is going to work. There we go, trading with the Empire. Well, we already started trading, but that's fine. But this should also... There we go, now I have some tiny little amount of pottery there. And the merchants from here, she's gonna go down and buy. Yeah, she's going down to collect pottery. And that's gonna spark more immigration. So we're gonna win this mission very soon. But before then, I'm gonna take a short break, I think. If you enjoy watching this playthrough, please consider showing your support by subscribing to the channel or hitting those like buttons. And if you would like to tell me how good or bad I'm playing, or anything else for that matter, the comment field should be just down below. And as always, thank you for watching.